auxiliary verbs, in asking questions, some rules need to be followed. Okay. Now in the first person, will is never used. We always use shall. Shall I call her? You won't say, will I call her? Do you want me to call her? That is, you wish. So let's look at in asking questions, the following rules should be observed. Okay, let's look at that first. Okay. In asking questions, the following rules should be observed. In asking questions, the following rules need to be observed. Okay. 1. In the first person, 1. In the first person, in the first person, will is never used. Will is never used. In the first person, will is never used. We always use shall. Okay? So, in the first person, will is never used. We always use shall. That's what we are going to see now. Now, for example, okay, I have examples here for you. Shall I call her? Shall I call her? Shall I call her? Shall I call her? But you will not say, do you want me to call her? You will not say, do you? Do you want me to call? Call her. What we are talking is, do you wish? You are talking about wish here. Okay. Now, in the first person, will is never used, shall is used. Shall I call her? Shall we go to see her? Shall we go to see her? Shall we go? We go to see her. And here, what we mean is, shall we go to see her? Do you intend to go and see her? We are talking about intention. Do we intend? Do we intend to go to see her? So we are talking about intention. All right. Then, shall I be late? Shall I be late? Here, what you mean is denote simple future. Here denotes simple future. Simple future time. Okay. Then you must remember one thing when we talk about all this. Please note this. Never say, we should never say, will I, will we. Okay? Never. Never say. Never say, will I, or will we. So these two you need to remember. Never say, will I or will we. That we need to keep in mind. Okay, and the second category, in the second person, shall or will is used according to whichever is expressed in the answer. So, that's the first category. In the second type, in the second person, we are talking about in the first person. Now, in the second person, in the second person, shall or will is used. Shall or will is used. Shall, will, shall or will is used according to whichever is expressed in the answer. Shall you go home tomorrow? Shall you? Shall You go home. You go home tomorrow. Now, when you talk about this answer is no, I shall not. What is the answer? Answer is no. I shall not go till next Sunday. That's what you mean. Okay. Will you come tomorrow? Will you come tomorrow? Will you? Will you come? Will you come tomorrow? And here the answer is, what is the answer? Here the answer is, yes, I will. Yes, I will. That's the answer. Okay, now you must remember to note this very carefully. Same like this here, please note. We have to note, will you is the most, will you is the most common form of, most common form of asking questions, asking a favor. As, will you grant me leave for 2 days? As, will you grant me leave? Will you grant me leave for 2 days? For 2 days. And the third person, will is always used. Then, in the third person, we have one more to go. The third person, how the will is used. Now we will look at asking questions. What rules we'll follow in the third person? That's what we are looking at. Okay. In the third person, in the third person, will is always used. In the third person, will is always used in the third person. Will you go there tomorrow? Will you go there tomorrow? Will. Will you or will he go there? Will he go there tomorrow? Next. Will they come to see us? Will they? Will they come? Will. Will they come to see us? To see us today? Or will there be a holiday tomorrow? Will there be a holiday tomorrow? Now, in the third category. In asking questions, there are three categories we said. In the first, in asking questions, first person will is never used. In the second person, will and shall is used according to its expected answer. And in the third, in asking questions, we should be the rule that's observed here. In the third person, will is always used. Will you go there tomorrow? Will they come to see us today? Will there be a holiday? Will you come and see your grandparents? Or will you come and take your books? Will he come? Will he come to take? Will he come to take his books? Will she be all right tomorrow? Will she be all right tomorrow? Will she be all right? Will she be all right, say, by next week? What are we looking at? Is that will is always used. Okay? Now, we learn the usage of shall and will. Now, what we will do, we'll do a short exercise so that we can recollect what we have already done.